Hello and welcome to Dotto Tech. Recently I needed to make some changes to our home network. I was having printer issues at the house. Unfortunately, there's not enough printers to keep everyone in my house happy. Now my house has a mixed network. We've got a Mac upstairs for my wife and youngest daughter. My son lives in Windows on the media center PC downstairs. My home office has both a Mac and PC, and I also have a notebook that I travel around the whole house with and go back and forth to the office with. Now, I'm not a huge fan of sharing printers on Windows-based computers, using Windows file and print sharing. It's not really a huge chore to add Macs to that network, but we typically never get around to doing it. So what happens in our home is people end up emailing documents to themselves that need to be printed, and they go and open those emails in my office on my computer, and then they print it off from there. It's hardly an elegant solution. So I decided to do something about it, and I think I've come up with a fantastic solution. And it all starts with this. HP's Photosmart C5180 all-in-one. Now this is a great mid-priced all-in-one. It's a good scanner, it's a wonderful printer, it does a great job on photo printing, but the key for me is it has built-in Ethernet, meaning that I can plug this into an Ethernet network. Now, everybody's wireless networks now have Ethernet cables in the back as well. So you can, even on your wireless network, hardwire in a computer, or in this case here, a multifunction device. So I've got my Ethernet cable here all ready to plug in. But what I wanted to walk through today is showing you how this kind of lives in a multi-platform environment and walk you through the proper process of doing installation. Because a lot of people typically, when they get the printer out of the box, what they do is they start plugging everything in before reading a small set of instructions. Do yourselves a favor and follow the Start Here manual, which basically walks you through the process. The key thing here is the order that you do all of the steps. If you do them out of order, you'll probably end up installing your printer properly. But sometimes you have to take a step back, and it makes it a little more difficult, certainly makes it more difficult to troubleshoot. So following the proper process, good idea. Now I've done that. I've already installed my ink cartridges, I've cycled the printer, aligned the cartridges, and now it asks me to plug in the Ethernet cable, which I've done, so the printer is ready for us to install the software. And I've actually begun that process as well. I've stuck the CD in, and we're doing it in the MacBook here. We're installing it on the Mac to show you that side of the story. And it's installed all of the drivers, and it's reached the setup assistant, which is going to determine whether this printer is being set up by USB for a single computer to use, or over the Ethernet connection as a network printer. Now the cool thing is, even though this is wired in, it's wired into the wireless router. Because it's wired into a wireless router, all of the other computers on my network can access it through the Wi-Fi network. So it's kind of like having a wireless printer for all of the other computers. We don't have to have cables running all over our house. So now we just walk through the HP Setup Assistant, which is just a simple process. It finds right away that there's the Photosmart C51 series, so it's already found the printer on the network. So I just select it here, choose Next, and now it will go through and tell me exactly the process that I need to follow to finish it off, which is launch the printer setup utility by clicking this here, and then click on Add Printer. It's a really simple process. I click on this, it automatically launches the software in the Apple operating system. To set it up, I click Add Printer, and it finds the printer right away. I click Add That, ask it to add it. Now it's going to install all the different functions. It's going to install the printing function, as well as the scanning function, as well as being able to use it for copying images from digital cameras through the memory card slots that are built into this printer. So it has now added the printer to my list. Once that's done, I come back in here, and it says, click default browser to select the device. If not listed, well, that's already done that. Quit the printer setup utility. That's the last thing I have to do is quit. Click on Next here in the HP Setup Assistant, and we're done. Let's check to make sure that everything installed properly. So I'm opening the HP Device Manager, which allows me to transfer images from my digital camera using the memory card slots, make copies. I'll scan a picture just to show you that the connection is working just great, and I'm going to pop a picture on here and allow it to scan in. And of course, anytime I go to print out of any application, this will be the printer that is selected. There you see, it's scanning. It's really fast over the wireless network. It's amazing. Now, this has proven to be one of the best additions to our home network. Easy to install. Now everyone out of the house is benefiting. And one other very cool feature is the Photosmart 5180 has multiple paper trays, one of which is dedicated to photo paper. So I always have some of HP's advanced photo paper in the 4x6 tray so that my wife can print off photos anytime she wants without having to make a special trip down to my office to put paper in. Now we've got one all-in-one serving the whole extended multi-platform family. And it isn't the only HP all-in-one or printer that you can do this with. Many peripherals in the HP lineup have built-in Ethernet, and you can do this with any of them. It is a truly slick solution, which is cost-effective and efficient. It puts the smart in Photosmart.